It's Ronnie, and welcome to Stretch the Sketch, hosted by Janet of Galaxy Girl Creations here on YouTube. And we will all be either making the sketch larger or smaller with our layout. And it's also 30 Days of Sketches by Christy's Beautiful Life. And for today's sketch, it was created by Amanda Leckie. And so cute. It has four photos, and guess what? I'm gonna have four photos, and I will have some wood grain, but mine is made into clips. I'll be using these four photos of my great nieces, three of them, and the Sizzix die set. It's a large alpha, so I was kind of worried about it fitting, but it works out okay. Echo Park die, and another Sizzix die. And then I have these clips that I've accumulated over the years, and I'm going to use four of those. I'm not using the brads. I will use some of those stickers, and no enamel dots either. And I have die cuts in there. A lot of the stuff I used today was already die cut and inked, but I did have to make a few extra, and you'll see the punches that I made extra on the right. I think there was like 3 flowers already done, but I'm going to use more than 3. So I had to make some more, and so yeah, I started out my layout on video already inked. I'm making this into kind of an L shape, kind of, to go with the sketch, and then I'm going to have a little cluster to go with it up there at the top. That cluster thingy there with the crate of pumpkins, it was from a 6x8 paper pad. However, I laid my photos beside it and decided to cut it down. And then after I started doing layout, I thought, oh, I should have just waited. I could have laid it on there and never glued it down until after I got my photos on there for real, and left it. But it wasn't a whole lot that I cut off. Maybe the width of that little piece of uh, ephemera laying there to the left, but it was some that I cut off, yeah. But it looks all right in the end. I mean, I just wished I hadn't cut it off in the end. I'm making a banner here, kind of like the ones they have in the um, sticker book. Only there wasn't a big enough one in the sticker book that I wanted. So I decided to make my own using stickers from the sticker book and that lacy die from Tim Holtz. And I had to have fall on there somewhere, fall days, autumn, because they are at one of those fun pumpkin farms, and they go every single year. And so I've had scrap pictures over the years, but they were all, this was something new, or they just did not take photos of it. But there was a cow and a huge bunny rabbit, and I thought I'd get them on this layout. And my layout is 9x12. Now, my uh, Polaroid looking thing, the photos, they're not as square as the ones that are normal and in the sketch. But I took a 4x6 photo collage and just cut it apart to make these. And so they weren't very square to start with. I didn't put any of them on phone tape except this one with the girls that are a bit closer up. Oh, and with the chicken. I forgot the chicken. And they're with the chicken. And these are my clips, and I use wood grain paper for them. And instead of, well, I did die cut out some metallic ones. However, I didn't like them once I laid them with the paper and stuff. I thought for sure I would because they were kind of coppery gold, but I didn't like them, so I used the wood grain instead, and I liked that a whole lot better. And there was some bigger clips in there, and I did cut out a couple of bigger ones, but since my photos were so small, I ended up not using those. They are cute, but they are small. And a couple of them have layers. That one there folded over, so I put a piece of the teal polka dot paper in there, and then the bow up there, it's layered also, and I uh, cut out extra of the polka dot teal. This little banner, it says "Love the Leaves," I believe, and so I wanted to put the little leaf, uh, I guess garland, maybe it looks like, up there in the left hand corner with it. And the paper I used is the paper, I'm pretty sure, on the back of this plaid paper that I am using. I used, well, I think I bought 2 packages of the paper because, I really liked it. And they're from 2021. It's vintage um, country harvest. And I took one just to that I cut out leaves a couple of years ago and been using them ever since. And uh, I like the teal, something different for fall and not quite as dark. I cut out a bunch out of one of the other papers and it was pretty dark, but this page I decided to use the teal instead. Yeah, I put my title down before I did that because I wanted to know how big to make it because I really wanted that big word fun using those big letters. And of course, that limited my space there for my title. Although their title's up higher, mine would have never fit and looked good up there with that big fun. But this place, I figured if I made my little garland thing smaller, it would fit. And I like how it turned out. I like the size of it. So, not quite as big as the one in the sketch, but I still liked it quite a bit. It is a super cute sketch. Um, and I'm just putting these down. Some I did put some foam tape under, but some I didn't. And then, of course, I added some of the branches from that punch over to the right. And I did use the same wood grain paper. And that wheel, it was already cut out and only had half left over from a layout, probably last fall, maybe not quite that long, but I used the same paper because it was in the packaging, in my container, not packaging, it was in my container. uh, I got to looking over there and decided I needed some more leaves over to the left since I do have so many in the upper right hand corner. And so I'm adding them now, and I will be adding some flowers too. So while I am doing that, I want to mention that down there below there are 2 playlists. One is for Christy's Beautiful Life, 30 Days of Sketches. And there will be a link for the Facebook group also to go with that. Plus, there is one for Stretch the Sketch, and you'll get to see how everybody else uses Sketch and the well, same sketch for both of them, but how they stretched it for Stretch the Sketch, and the ones not joining in on that just use the sketch like it is. Well, they might have went rogue because that does happen, but I think I stuck pretty good with it this time. And yeah, the flowers going on there, and oh, I'm not even close to being done. I was thinking, man, I should be getting close to done, but no, I'm not. I'm adding quite a bit of little odds and ends here. My tray will not be empty when I get done, but I put a whole lot in there. So yeah, a lot's going on the layout. And don't you just love those teal leaves? I mean, it has, I think, butterflies on there, but with the die cuts, you can't tell that it's butterflies. Might have some leaves too. I think it did. I think it did. But this is a lovely collection. Oh, and I seen on Facebook today, this is Simple Stories, but I seen on Facebook that Photo Play is closing. I mean, they just shut their doors and done from what I seen on Facebook, which is very sad. I don't buy Photo Play that often, but I do buy it. And when I see something I like, I buy it. Well, not everything I like. I can't afford to buy everything I like, But uh, yeah, if I see it and I like it, it goes on my list. Everything goes on my list. No spur of the moment stuff usually, unless it's a gift card, and then I think I can just buy the fun stuff and not think about how many times I'm gonna be using it. And here's my little flowers, and you see the punch there to the right, and then the one next to it made the centerpieces for the little flowers. And although that is a yellow cardstock with the rusty hinge on it, they almost look a bit closer to the orange than they do the yellow. Well, it might be a yellowish, orangish color. It's a darker yellow. That's what it is. I think it was daffodil. I think that's what it was. And you might have all noticed how horrible I was on my layout, putting things straight that I wanted straight. But yeah, while my computer was booting up, guess what I was sitting here doing? Yeah, straightening everything up that I wanted straight. So, like the F on fun and the U, both of them are a little bit off. And of course, that banner down there at the bottom. It took me forever to get it straight. Not sure what was up with my problem there, but yeah, it's finally straight. It's probably a good thing this old computer is very, very slow booting up. And it has Windows 10 on it. And of course they did that update thing, but they extended my updates for a whole year. So I was really thrilled with that. I think you had to have X64 to get it extended, and I had that, and I was, and the thing I seen on the internet said it cost $30, and so I went to look for I didn't want to click on it. I never want to click on something like that, but I went to my computer and I went to updates and to see if it offered anything, and it did. And so I clicked on it, and it said I was eligible, and it didn't charge me nothing. So I was so excited. But of course, it took a while for it to do the update for the Windows 10 to make it over past the 14 deadline or whatever. So I'm really excited about that because I thought I wouldn't be making any more videos. However, it would not let my after I did that update, it would not let my computer program for making videos update. But we'll see how that goes. But there's fall days, and there's a couple of the little clips, and see the one has a bow on it, and there's the flowers, and one looks more. I must have put more ink on one than the other. One must be from the first three, and the other one from all the rest. Um, and there's my title with the fun. Isn't that the cutest? I mean, it's so big and chunky, and it just looks so cute on the layout. And there's a little garland in the upper right hand corner. And as you can see, there's my completed layout. And I had a lot of fun making it. It was a super cute sketch to start with, and I really enjoyed making it. And making it a 9 by 12 because I do love those inserts and pocket pages. I do like a variety in my albums. But thank you all so very, very much for joining me today. I really, really appreciate that. And have fun with the playlist down there. Bye.